Hey, welcome back. Today I wanted to show you a classic of magic, the cups and balls routine. Unfortunately, I've lost my balls. So instead, I wanted to show you another classic. It's called the three shell game. You might remember that's the game that you play with three walnut shells and you hide the pea underneath. Well, I've lost my nuts. So no balls, no nuts. So instead, I like to show you the game that uses three matchboxes. Now, this is pretty much the same as the three shell game, except it uses a die instead of a green pea. But the rules are pretty much the same. I will hide the die underneath one of the boxes, and I'll mix them, of course, and then you have to tell me where the die is. Pretty simple game, right? Well, watch, we'll see. If I mix the boxes like so, using just one hand, that doesn't fool anybody. You know it's still in the center. However, if I mix the boxes using two hands, and I cross my hands before I start, we'll watch. I'll do that again. Now that crossing of the hands is just enough misdirection to make you believe that the die is still over here when it was in the middle the whole time. Now you may have noticed that when I switch the boxes around, I don't do it real fast. In fact, I do it very, very slowly. And I don't try to hide anything by covering the boxes. I do everything at my fingertips, just like that. But the crossing of the hands is just enough to confuse you into thinking that the die is over here when it's in the middle the whole time. Now, after about 100 different times of doing this, I have found that there is a group of people who have a hard time remembering where the die is. I call them the horizontally challenged. Another way of putting that is they don't know their left from their right. For those people, to be fair to them, I do it a little bit different. I put the die in the middle. That way they don't have to remember left, right, and center. All they have to do is remember the middle. Now, of course, if they bet that the die is in the middle, they're going to lose because I cheat. That's right, I cheat. Sometimes, to mess with their heads, I'll put the die all the way on the top. Of course, if they bet that it's on top, that's when I do my magic, and it goes to the middle. Then I do some more magic, and it goes to the bottom. Now, if I really want to mess with their heads, I'll take the die and I'll put it in my pocket. Then I'll ask them, which box is the die under? Of course, they're going to say it's not under a box, you put it in your pocket. That's when I say you should have picked the one on the right. If you had picked that one, you would have won. Then I do it again and put it in my pocket and ask them which box is the die under. Of course, they're going to say, we watched you very closely this time. You didn't put it under a box, you put it in your pocket. That's when I say, if you had picked the one on the left, you would have won. But you didn't pick that one. Well, that's when someone will pipe up and say, I think you're using more than one die. And of course, I have to come clean and tell them you're absolutely right. I was using more than one. I was using those three, and I was using these three. Now, some people will ask me, where the hell did those green dice come from? And I tell them, that is my secret. What I want you to tell me is, where the hell did those red dice come from?